Hello and welcome to Self-Helped, the show where we've done the therapy so that you don't have to.
I'm Tully Smythe.
And I'm single.
Oh, and while we're not licensed professionals, we sure have kept quite a few of them in business.
We're best friends in very different life stages, but from shrinks to the bookstore bargain bin, we've both sampled the full self-help buffet.
And now we're dishing it out, secondhand, reheated and seasoned with some questionable life choices. This is Self-Helped.
Okay, guys, on today's show, we're digging into my recent breakup and uncovering what it's like to juggle heartbreak and parenting all on the same day.
Yikes. Then we're talking about Sylvester Stallone's wife weighing in on transgender teens because she definitely seems qualified to do that.
Ugh, groan. And then we're going to finish off with a friendly game of Guess the Dum Dum, where smart people say silly things and we don't let them forget it.
I think I got milk on me. I did get milk on me. Perfect. That went exactly as I imagined it going.
So, Tully.
Yes, Marguerite.
Is this us sipping the tea or?
Sipping the milk, so to speak,
M.
today.
Sipping?
I've been waiting for this episode. It's been a long time coming.
Do you know what? I was putting this together. I thought you are going to love this almost as much as I will.
Yeah, I thought maybe this would come around quicker, but it's here now, so I'm going to really relish it as I enjoy my Big M original.
The tea is slightly chilled at this point.
A bit milky,
A bit
like lactose, full of lactose.
Milky tea, isn't it? I am lactose intolerant, so yeah, this
It's going to
is
go down
gonna-
well.
This is going to end in tears and potentially something else.
Like you grabbing a pants.
I have to put that milk aside now. But hey, cheers. Cheers. Cheers to right decisions being made. Do I have a milk moustache?
No, I have milk on my shirt though, but that's standard. That's
Bit
fine.
of leaking milk. All right. Well, hello, friends and potential dates, and welcome to On the Couch, the segment where we spill open our private lives for your entertainment.
Basically, we're just giving the mentally stable people what they want,
That's right.
which is us losing our cool every week.
Well, lucky for everyone, I am on the couch today, and boy, oh boy, do I have some juicy gossip.
You got dumped.
I got dumped.
Hooray! Hooray! Now, I'm not actually being the most cold-hearted best friend around.
Yeah, and I'm not being completely deranged,
No,
like cackling hysterically at this.
Look, we have given it long enough that you're no longer fresh, you're no
No.
longer hurting,
No.
licking your wounds.
No.
You're hopefully seeing the humour in this,
Yes.
because I am.
Yeah. Yes.
But Mags,
Yes.
tell me, have you seen the light?
Girl, I've seen the light. I've sipped the milk and spat it back out again. Let's get stuck into it.
I am personally stoked to be finally addressing this with you.
I know you are.
I do have a scroll of notes that I had been taking throughout this relationship.
Does it just say, I told you so, I told you so, I told you so, I
No,
told you
they're
so?
just like things that I clocked along the way that I was like, don't bring it up yet. But when she finally,
Oh, I love that you said yet. That's very
knew that-
us. It's like, I will allow you to do this, but I am putting this in my notes app.
you've got to let everyone make their own mistakes.
I don't think that's how the saying goes.
Yeah, I think it is.
it's you
I
let
think it's-
everyone make your own choices.
I think let your best friend make their own mistakes
That's
before you
true.
say I told you so.
Anyway, let's do it.
With that, therapy is now in session. All right, I'm going to pick my milk back up while you tell us exactly what happened.
Can I just say before I start, a Big M, that's an underrated drink.
How's the guy's coffee?
That is delicious.
Because I know you wanted chocolate, but they only had iced coffee and one chocolate left, and we know that I'm not drinking that.
Well, yeah, I am an insomniac that at 6 p.m. is drinking a whole thing of milk with coffee in it. All right, let me tell you.
Please do.
Tell you. So, kind viewers, I got dumped. And it's about a month ago now, so
Did you though? You already out
I
the
didn't
door.
really, did I?
You
I
were
was sort
already
of a
done
little
with
bit iffy. And then it kind of happened. And I have to, Tully's very disappointed, but I have decided I will not do a kiss and tell. This is not going to be a blow by blow.
Lame.
It's not my style. to sort of go into it and expose anyone. At the end of the day, he is still a human with a life to lead and doesn't need his business online.
If you want the hot tea, just slide into my DMs. I'll tell you everything.
Tully might be able to help you with that. What I can give you is a couple of dot points of how this went. So we met in real life.
You did.
A real life meet cute.
It was a very cinematic meet
Wasn't
cute
it?
moment. It was.
Really cute. I was sitting in a cafe reading a book and this handsome man came up to me and said, "Can I join you?" Horrifying. Like,
Did
I'm a
he
millennial.
drive past you first in a car, spot you and do a U-turn?
No, I love that you've made the story that elaborate.
Really?
No, he just crossed the road.
Oh, I thought he drove
and
past
I
you.
like did the old like pulled my sunglasses
Because you
down.
couldn't probably see him without your glasses.
Well, no. What? You know what? This is my episode.
Sorry.
Anyway, from this very sweet beginning, we did have a fabulous couple of months together. I think it was 6 months end to end. You know, we went interstate on a holiday. I was feeling very hopeful about it, but there was a few niggling thoughts. Big age gap.
Very on brand for
So
you.
originally Tully wanted this episode to be called Daddy Issues.
And I still think there is time and space to pull apart your daddy issues.
Have I not read the full script yet? Okay, maybe at the end. Anyway, this gentleman went abroad, and about a week into the trip, I got the boot.
You did.
Yeah.
Went abroad for like the 7th or 8th time in your...
Yeah, lots of travel,
Yeah,
lots of
business
wasn't fitting
trips.
great, lots of business trips. And, was a little concerned about my capacity to communicate and kind of whatever. Look, it stung.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I've ever been dumped before.
They always
I
sting.
was trying to think and I was like, have I been dumped before?
No, because we get a hint, like a whiff of abandonment, and we decided to end it first.
Yes, that's so
We
true.
feel them pulling away.
That's
And
so
we're like, you know what?
true.
Actually, I hate you.
Yes.
And we're done.
And I will add to that and say that my propensity to get the ick is irreversible and not fair. Like the things that have given me the ick before have included funny shaped toes. I really couldn't get past that. Bad towels. You know, like crunchy towel. Why is the
Bad
towel
towels
crunchy?
are up there with like bad or no sheets, like
So
no
true.
proper fitted sheet.
On that, you have a fitted sheet, but no under sheet.
Top sheet.
Top, is it called a top
called a top
sheet?
sheet, yeah.
Wow, I'm getting a little sidetracked on today's episode. Anyway, so all of this happened around the time that I was preparing to leave my current job. There was something else tragic happening.
Your birthday.
My birthday. That's true. I also had a birthday. So there was a lot going on. You weren't here. I
wasn't.
You were filming.
I wasn't.
I was in this weird echo chamber and it was just a bit of a dark time. I was like, wow, I'm on my ass. I really got dumped. I got dumped.
I feel this need to like protect you and jump to your defense in that you were kind of already mentally out the
That's
door.
true. That's true.
You were using this latest trip
Yeah.
as a bit of breathing space.
A bit of thinking
to see how you
time.
felt.
That's true. That's
and I
true.
think that you were already mentally done with it. But yes, he did make the final call, which was kind of him because God knows how many more times you would have gone back.
I know. It's so bad, isn't it?
Yeah.
I love love.
You're easily wooed.
And I want love to work.
Yeah, of course
Yeah.
we all do. We all do.
Anyway, on that note, let's get right into all of my issues and see who was to blame.
Well, first of all, how are you feeling now? Because I know you were in it. We talk about things after the fact because
do.
it's really hard to talk about things in the moment when you're feeling hurt.
Yeah.
And breakups hurt no matter what.
Yeah.
Your ego's
I think it was an
bruised.
ego thing.
Yeah,
It was an
also,
ego thing.
You guys have spent a lot of time together.
Yes.
You know, that person you can go home after a bad day and text or they
Yes.
come over,
Yeah.
bring ingredients to cook and then take them back with them when they leave.
Tully!
You know, just normal couple
Oh
stuff.
my God. You know, like before we started recording today, I said there's 2 rules here, 2 things are off limits. I don't want to talk smack about this person and I don't want to talk about my sex life. And we're 5 minutes in. I think we're pretty much nearing the second
I have said
topic.
nothing negative about anybody. I've just stated some facts. But how are you feeling now? How are
I'm
you feeling now?
fine. Do you know
Okay.
what? It was a pretty quick turnaround. I think that I was holding that relationship fairly loosely. I was aware that there was this very significant age gap. And when you're dating with a child, you sort of do this mental inventory where you're like, are you really going to want to be doing primary school lunchboxes and all of these things?
Well, I think he made it clear, he said that he was down for whatever and, keen. But
words are different to...
Well, then he was never here.
Exactly.
And it's hard to integrate someone into your life with your daughter if they're, hopping on a jet plane every couple of months.
Yeah, and you're trying
tricky.
to do like an international phone call at the end of the day. Yeah.
It's hard.
Yeah. Anyway,
Are you back in the dating scene yet?
I am.
Yeah, I know that because your profile has been sent to me already and I can see you using a photo of me as bait. So thanks.
How many nice photos do I have of myself aside from professional ones that were taken?
It's a beautiful photo.
It's a beautiful photo.
And I give you full permission to use it.
How do I know that it's bait? This could be a triage. People could be like, oh, hell no.
It might actually.
That Tully smile.
It might actually not work to your favour. I would be maybe push it down.
Stage 1 triage.
Maybe put it as the last photo.
We should, you know what? We should unpack my Hinge profile.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I suspect it's terrible.
Probably. You've always had a really odd view of yourself. Like the photos that you think you look best in are arguably not the best shots. I don't know if you've got
like,
some
what
weird...
do you mean? You know, I think I know exactly what you're talking about. It's kind of like me in like a little page boy outfit where I've got like a loafer and a long short.
Yeah.
And I'm like
or your capri
cool.
pants.
Oh my what?
Your capri pants.
I've had enough of that.
Sorry, I digress. This is a serious topic.
This is a serious
and I'm in
topic.
charge.
No, you're not.
I'm the therapist today.
I am your captain now.
Okay, so
right,
Mags, despite this podcast, despite the premise being that we overshare, and we do overshare about a lot, but there is a line, believe it or not.
Yeah.
There is a line, and you guys actually don't hear most of what goes on behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Thankfully for you. Poor Ali has to cop it though occasionally.
I'm the boss man.
You are?
Yeah.
But you are generally a deeply private person and you don't like to talk about your love life online.
No.
Even when you got divorced, I mean, half your friends and family didn't even know that it happened till like 6 months later because you uploaded this story or this photo being like, hey, FYI, marriage didn't work out. We're all good though. We're best mates. Everyone's like, wait, what?
We all cool.
We're all fine.
Yeah.
All these opportunities where most people would sort of really lean into social media and, the thoughtful quotes and the, back in the gym and stuff.
I learned that silence is golden.
Yeah. You did not do that. It's not really been your thing.
No.
But today you've chosen to open up about your recent experience. So why now? Apart from the fact we have the podcast, you have a platform. What's different this time round?
I mean, like I will say again, I don't have any interest in splashing my love life across a podcast, right? Like that's not fair to the person you're dating. You don't want to jump on and slander someone because everyone is great. He will meet someone fabulous for him, but he wasn't for me. But I would say that the reason that I think this is a really interesting topic is it's this experience of dating as a single parent and you hear nothing about it. You hear people moving on and meeting their new person and blended families and all this kind of stuff. You very rarely hear about the mess that comes before
The messy middle.
The messy middle. And I think, for me it was quite strange. My ex moved on very quickly and there's been lots of moments where it's kind of come up as this kind of crunchy topic like, oh, you're dating again. Oh, you've got a new boyfriend. And I think that the more I tune into other single mums and hear their stories, there is a lot of shame being held around dating. And it's this really, as long as you're doing it safely, it is this really fabulous experience. You learn more about yourself. You meet great people. Like if you can manage to do it well, it's really exciting and there's nothing shameful kind of about it. I don't kiss and tell. I don't want to talk about my sex life. I think I have a young toddler who will one day grow up to be online and be able to access all of this stuff.
God, I'm so sorry, Minty. So sorry for the dribble that you're sitting through right now.
Dribble, yes, but harmful, no. So I think everything that I say, I say with the lens that one day she will listen to it.
I wish Kanye West gave his kids the same respect.
Oh, God, right?
I always think about
I think
that.
I'm having a tough time of things. Imagine being Kimberly Kardashian. Anyway, so
I
guess
love Kimberly Kardashian. Close personal friend of the show.
Kimberly. I think that there's merit as a writer and as a journalist and as a podcaster that you can kind of share these things and maybe one other single mum will listen to it and go, oh, it's not just me.
I was going to say, or just woman to woman.
Yeah.
I think the more we speak about these experiences, the more we normalize them.
Yeah, dating can suck. It's hard.
And why can't someone who's already had a child with someone, why don't they get a second, a third, a fourth act?
Yeah.
Like, why is there this sort of feeling of like, oh, that's selfish?
Right. But to get to the second act,
You got to date.
there's a bit of rehearsal that goes
You
on.
got to date. And
know?
often there's been a chunk of time, right, that's passed from the last time you dated.
Yeah.
I mean, even, after my breakup with my ex, going back on the apps 2 years later, whole new world.
Whole new world.
New tags.
Totally.
New labels.
But do you know what's worse? When you see the same people.
Yeah. That you saw 2 years prior.
Just realizing in that moment, that's also me.
Same. Yeah, right? When you roll your eyes at someone,
like,
you're like,
oh,
oh
no.
God, he's still here. And it's like, wait, but if you recognize him,
I'm still here.
Yeah.
Name of my memoir.
I'm still here.
Still here.
Don't worry, I'm still here. I think that all it takes really is like one person to tell their story and it normalizes it for other women. It's kind of what we do here on the pod. We share our grief, our trauma, our baggage, our funny stories in the hope to make even just one person feel less alone. That's kind of our ethos, right? Yeah. So why do you think so many struggle to connect the mother experience with the dating experience? Like, what's the disconnect there?
I really think that we have this very strong Madonna and the whore complex. You are either a mother or you are a romantic figure. And people really sexual figure. It's really hard to connect the two. And it makes people uncomfortable to think that, you're raising a child in this very innocent kind of context, but there's still a part of you that exists in a not so innocent context. And people really struggle with that.
Yeah.
And I think when I first started dating, I also made it worse for myself. Like I made them two very separate worlds. And I remember being in this apartment and Minty was really little and on the weekends I wouldn't have her. They were so long and so lonely. I'm like, I've got to get back out there. All of my friends have partners and whatever. I'm going to start dating again. And you'd sort of be like putting on lipstick and heels and there's like a teddy bear in the corner and it was really jarring and icky. And I had to very consciously go, no, these two contexts sit together. This is not two different sides of me. This is one me that very capably and happily and joyfully lives in both camps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that just because again, like I'm very careful to comment too much about this particular area because I'm not a mum yet, right? But I guess from my perspective, Maggie, my girlfriend of 17 years, is still Maggie despite having Minty.
Yeah.
Like you're still you. You're still your own person with your own wants, needs, desires. Doesn't make you less of a mum or less of a mother. The fact that you want to go have a dirty martini on a Friday night.
I've always loved a dirty martini.
Yeah, and remember that I don't. Remember? Remember I don't like martinis. I don't like olives.
Loves coffee, loves martinis. Birthday is somewhere in November.
Honestly, for fuck's sake. I think about being dumped and what as a woman you need in that moment because I've been dumped plenty of times. Unlike you, I have been dumped more times than I can
I've
count.
actually been sitting here thinking there will be a number of men that are listening to this going, bullshit.
I definitely dumped you.
Before.
I definitely dumped you.
Definitely
Year
did.
7, I said.
Selective memory. I'm like, no, that's new to me.
Yeah. No, well, I've definitely been dumped. So I'm not going to pretend I haven't. And really, I feel like there are certain things you need in that moment, right? And you kind of didn't really have access to any of it, right? People want time. They want space. They want boozy dinners with your girlfriends and, days off work. You call in sick, you take a mental health day. You got dumped and then basically had to be at daycare by like 4 p.m. the same day.
Literally.
I can't even imagine what that's like, but please enlighten me.
Literally, yeah. I think I was even at work. I mean, I work.
And I was literally getting on a plane about to be completely uncontactable. I was like, shit, that sucks. Love you, bye.
Hope you're okay. Yeah, look, it was gnarly. And I think as a single parent, these are the moments you have that little internal tantrum. Like all of my family is in Queensland. I work as a consultant, so I don't have sick days. I can't just call up. I just don't get paid. And so I just had to kind of keep going. So I really did have this moment where I was like, oh my God. No.
I don't want to do any of this.
I'm sick of this. Yeah. And, you just have to kind of like keep going on. You're sort of like this robot. And it did bring back a little bit of PTSD to the early days when I was really struggling straight after the divorce. And I did have to make lists like, eat breakfast, have a shower,
Yeah.
go to work. Like I was really on this robotic thing. This time wasn't so bad, but you do just have to go, I'm just like a leaky bucket. Like you kind of tape yourself up and keep going.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was moments where I'd be like reading a book to Minty at night and there would be a mum and a dad in the book and I'd be like,
Single tear.
yes, totally. But I think the nice thing is, and this is the silver lining, is when you have a child, as horrible as I felt in those off moments, as soon as I would go and pick her up, the best perspective, because I was like, whatever. Like, Mr. Milk was great, but Minty, Minty is my number one. And it really reminds you that all of that love and energy goes to her.
Yeah.
That's where it's, that's your highest return.
And
what you invest.
What a great distraction, right? Having this little person that has no idea what's going on.
Did not care.
But that's kind of like refreshing.
In moments. And it reminded me when our cat Meg died and Minty was so matter of fact. Like I'd be crying and Minty'd be like, well, Meg is dead. And I'd be like, what the fuck?
Why is Minty now like has a weird European accent?
Who's that baby off that cartoon?
Oh, the Stewie.
She's like Stewie.
Minty is not like Stewie.
She's not like Stewie.
Well, that's come from you then. But when you tell these men that you're dating,
yes,
because it has to probably
these
be
men that you're dating. See, I'm so touchy. I'm like, what do you mean these men that I'm dating?
These particular kinds of men that you're dating. No,
right.
When you tell people that you're dating,
yes,
that you have a daughter, and I know that she's all over your profile. You're not pretending she doesn't exist. It's very important at our age.
Yeah.
We're not trying to pull the wool over anybody's eyes.
I don't have a secret child.
No.
Yeah.
She's very much prominent everywhere, as she should be.
Yes.
But when you tell these people, that she's a priority. She always will be. You're never going to be above my daughter. How do men respond when you say that? Does it go down well, or is it kind of a deal breaker conversation? Because surely that would weed out the boys from the men, right?
It does. That's such a good way of putting it. I think that a lot of men are very triggered by that. Very triggered. And I think that unless they've got kids themselves, and I dated a fabulous guy last year who I love with all of my heart. We will be friends forever. He had a daughter, so he was totally fine with that. He's like, and he would say it to me often, no, your priority's with her. Like, that's all good. I think it is shocking when it's still people have a little tantrum and go, how am I not your, first priority? And it's like, come on, grow up. I don't know. But then the other side of me is like, we all have this view of romance that it's all consuming and you're the other person's everything and you'll be together forever. And I think it's like, I'm learning slowly to really disconnect from that fairy tale narrative and go, that's not healthy.
Yeah, no, it's definitely not. And I'm glad that you're slowly getting there. I think I'm still probably in La La Land a bit, but that's because I haven't got one divorce under my belt yet. Give me time.
You make me sound so rough. Like a divorce under my belt and a gun in my bag.
Just the one. And a toucan mini tie on today. With silver boots.
Yeah, right.
Okay, so this might be a little bit uncomfy, but I feel like that there is no line that I'm not willing to cross with you. But I do hear a lot in your experience is this sort of sense of like, I'll just have to get on with it.
Yeah.
Like I just got to keep going, keep pushing on, keep, charging through. You haven't really had time since your actual divorce 2 years ago. It was 2 years ago. God, it feels like a lot longer than that.
I know. I've fit a lot into 2 years.
You really have. You've been busy. But you haven't really had any proper time since the divorce 2 years ago to stop and like let yourself feel everything, right? You've not really had a moment of peace, of quiet, of slow stillness to kind of like let it all sit with you. That as your friend concerns me a lot. Do you worry that maybe one day like your capacity to hold all of these pains, all of these balls, glass, rubber, all these plates, we talk about spinning plates.
There's a lot going on above my head.
All these things you're holding up.
Yeah.
What's going to happen
like
if that one day like crashes down?
Yeah.
Because I worry about that from you.
I mean, I get asked this a lot. And my sister had a horrible heartbreak last year. That's a story unto its own. And let me tell you, you know who you are and I'm coming for you.
Can we please get Kathleen to talk about that?
Yes.
That would be an amazing episode. I love you, Kathleen.
She'll be our first guest. Anyway, went through this horrendous situation and she took herself to the Cinque Terre and she hiked.
As you do.
As you do. And she hiked for a month and multiple times she said that's what you needed. You needed to go away and have this dramatic kind of eat, pray, love moment where you just cried and drank too much and hiked somewhere and processed, and that was kind of, you know, your way of getting through it.
Did a solo pasta making course.
Sure. You know, like got some blisters but did it anyway. And I really didn't get the chance to do that. It was like I didn't take one sick day, getting divorced, moving interstate. Like, can you imagine?
No.
I would
actually
just
can't.
hang up a Zoom call and then just cry and then wash my face and get on another Zoom call.
Because of Minty.
Huh?
Because of Minty, or you just didn't have time to do it?
I had no money.
Yeah,
like
right.
I was walking out on a marriage
You
with
had
nothing.
you had no buffer, you had no cushion
No.
to give you a bit of breathing space.
And I mean, looking back, maybe that was a little bit self-inflicted. I'm not sure. But anyway, I really didn't have that like gift of time
Yeah.
to get over it. And I have thought about it a little bit. And this time around, I was like, how do I feel? Like, how is this landing? Is this feeling like I'm a really full cup that's about to spill over? But I actually don't think it works that way. I think that you get stronger and more resilient.
Mm-hmm.
And if you manage to get through those days, the next round doesn't hit you so hard.
Yeah.
And I don't know whether
like, oh,
that's
this is nothing.
great. Yeah, kind of. I was like, okay. And that was the other thing, was kind of going, in all of this hardship, you learn the people that turn up for you are the people that you stick with.
Mm-hmm.
And the ones that say to you, I don't want this or I don't want that, you just nod and you go, okay, that's fine.
Yeah. Thanks for letting me know, actually.
Yeah.
And not wasting any more of my time.
Okay, I'm good.
Sure.
But I think that, you know, to your question, and you know this, I used to fall into a heap when I broke up with people.
It's the abandonment. It's the rejection.
And I would make it this huge thing and it would be months and it was just like, bro, get over it, you know? And I think this time around, it's like, it's gruesome, but I'm getting better. I'm getting better at Heartbreak.
Yeah.
So I don't know. If someone wants to sponsor me to go hike the Cinque Terre, I am there.
I don't want to take away from anything you just said, but I do think it's interesting that you mentioned Eat, Pray, Love. I'm actually currently in a conversation with Elizabeth Gilbert herself on Instagram.
What?
I did a book
Scrap
review.
the rest of the episode.
I did a book review on her latest book and she saw it and responded.
Her shaved head era
Have
is
you read her latest
iconic.
book?
No.
Babe, you got to read it. It's about a toxic lesbian love affair.
But that she had a toxic
It's autobiography. It's about her relationship.
Ray.
Yeah.
Ray, is that her name?
And she died from cancer.
She did. I've been following along.
It's a great book. Wow. But now we're friends, basically.
Should you tell her that I need to go and see a Balinese medicine woman? Or?
Well, I told her my whole life story when she responded to me. I was like, I just found the book really healing because
see, this is the different stage of therapy we're at. She'd be like, tell me your story. I'd be like, yeah, I'm cool.
yeah. No,
I'm
I was
good.
like, I just find your whole, your life trajectory is just so fascinating. Anyway.
She started a whole era of women owning their grief journey.
Yeah. And now she's just had a whole different new, equally as harrowing and heartbreaking
and maybe
grief
not as
journey.
perfect. You know, like I think
Definitely
Eat,
not
Pray,
as
Love
perfect.
gave it this very like neat shape. And I've really contended with this when people are like, you need a break and you need this dramatic bookend. And it's like, that still might not solve anything, you know? Like I might still come back the other side and be like, still feel like
Well,
shit.
it didn't solve anything for Elizabeth. And
No.
All the Way to the River, her latest book, is an incredible, it's really raw, really humbling, honest look at how she's still flawed.
Yeah.
She's now a sex and love addict. She's figured that out in this latest journey. And anyway, it's a fascinating book.
Okay.
You would love it.
Yeah.
I loved it. Elizabeth, I love you. But back to what you were saying. I'm hearing that single mums are decentering men.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of where you're at the moment. You're like, you know what? If
You're not
adding
gonna
to
be
my
my
life,
everything.
if you're adding to my life, if you're making it better,
Yes.
easier, more fun, great. If not, see ya. I got other stuff to be worrying about.
Yeah, and there's like a little bit of like a weird grief that's going with that. And it's like I miss the more innocent version of me that was so excited to fall in love and find my person and have a family. And with each heartbreak that happens, I feel myself getting further and further away from that person. And in time, I think that will excite me because I'm very independent, very strong, very resilient. But there is a bit of you that misses that optimistic you know?
I do know because I felt exactly the same. When it got to sort of the end of my 8 years of dating, I've really felt that my sparkly love heart eyes for dating and romance and falling in love had been so shattered. I was so jaded, so fed up, so bitter.
Yeah.
But then I met Ned. I do understand that feeling, but I also think that optimism, that excitement will come back when you meet the right person.
I hope so.
I really do. Speaking of that, do you – look, it's a tricky one. You know, I know that you think long and hard before you introduce anyone in your life to Minty. But do you ever – you know, when these relationships sometimes do fall apart, do you ever regret sort of letting somebody into your heart, your home and your family like that?
Yeah, and I mean, we've touched on the fact that I'm incredibly private and I keep my home unit because Minty's had to have so much instability. I keep it as tight and locked down and consistent as possible. And I think when I do choose to let someone in, that to me feels like the ultimate betrayal. It's like you've looked under the bonnet and you've seen something that I think is so treasured and you don't like it enough to stick around or whatever reason, which I know is a very dramatic take on it.
No, but I get it.
But it really hurts. And I was saying to my friend Ren the other day, I looked around my house after we broke up and I was like, I love the Crab Shack, but I suddenly saw it in this horrible light. I was like, I'm 37 and I don't own my house and is Minty embarrassed to live at this place? It's all I can afford. And it sort of really spun me out. I saw my life through the eyes of someone that had rejected me and it really took a lot of self-talk in that moment to go, stop.
This isn't about you.
This isn't about you.
Nothing to do with you.
It's just two people that didn't work out and that's okay. And when I was writing some notes for this today, it's like so 16-year-old diary, but I said, you don't notice there's music playing until someone turns it off. And I think when you have someone to walk that journey that you don't even realize how lonely it is until you have someone there to go to the playground on a Saturday morning, to do food shopping with you, to clean the dishes while you're putting, you know, your baby to bed. It's very incremental, but you suddenly notice when they're gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's taken a bit of readjustment again to go, okay, it's just us. We're good on our own, but you've got to be really like hard with yourself, I think.
Do you talk to Minty about this kind of stuff? Do you let her into your psyche or how you're feeling when this kind of stuff goes on?
No, I'm very protective of her and I think that there is an innocence that you have to be super mindful of at that age. And I have this concern that she would remember multiple people and that somehow makes me, it comes back to that shame of like, I'm a bad person because I've had multiple partners. But I mean, you have to in a way because it's like I'm very open with her about all of my heartbreaks, whether that's when Meg died and I had to talk to her about, you know, when people go to heaven, it's really hard. I just say, look, mummy's friend, we're not talking anymore and that makes me sad. And she'll be like, yeah, whatever, dude. Where's my chicken nuggets at? Just like, oh, I'm glad I told you about that. But, you know, there's the two guys that I saw quite seriously. Like I said, one I'm not really talking to, but very friendly with still, and we would hug on the street and it would all be fine. He'd be glad to see Minty. And the other one who lives around the corner from me, I consider a friend. So you've kind of, it's so tough. It's so tough.
As a little girl, I think that she'll just remember a bunch of really great role models.
And you know this, like I have a very big community of people that are in and out all the time.
She won't know which one you're dating, who's the guy next door.
Right.
Like you guys are all very
There's no
tight.
context.
No.
And, you know, like I am very careful about who that person is that she's meeting. Like there is a lot of triage that goes on before you meet her.
As there should be.
Yeah, as there should be. She's precious.
Okay, so dare I ask, because I already know the answer, but what now? Have we sworn off men forever?
No.
Are we going back to the dark side?
No, I love men. I love men. You know I love men. I do, and I am a romantic. And I really think I'm going to meet someone so amazing. And I think I've had to like go through all of these people that are almost there, but not quite. Like, what did you say to me? You were like,
you're collecting data points.
Yeah.
Like you need, every time you date someone, it doesn't work out, you pick little bits. Okay, I loved that about him, didn't like that.
Yes.
So then, you know, the next guy has to be, you know, driven, but maybe a bit more available.
Yeah.
You kind of just like learn as you go until eventually you'll have all this criteria that you know what you're looking for.
And you meet the person, you're like, you're everything.
Yeah, and you were the reason that none of the others worked. It all makes sense. It sounds so cliche. I know. I rolled my eyes for years. But when you finally meet that person, it really will make sense as to why none of the others worked.
Yeah.
You'll go, okay, this is why.
And I think I've had enough of those like aha moments over the last few years, which made me realize the marriage wasn't right, that I believe that you're just sort of inching towards something. And I don't want to make it the goal. Like I don't want it to be the big whatever. But yeah.
I think that knowing you personally and knowing your love life, I think that you are getting better and better at knowing what you deserve.
Yes.
Knowing what you want and also knowing what you need. And they're three very different categories. And I think we can get lost, right? You date someone that maybe doesn't have a job. So the next person you date might be like super high flying,
ambitious.
but then he hasn't got enough time for you.
Yes.
So then you go for someone that has more time, but then, they can't help pay the bills. So I think that you're getting better. You're sort of,
The
finessing.
pendulum's like you're
Finessing.
Yep.
And that's what I had to do as well.
Finessing.
You're finessing what you're looking for.
Yeah,
I mean, I call them my gateway drugs, my gateway nice boys.
Yeah, right.
I dated a couple.
Our producer, did you say Jesus? Our producers went Jesus.
I had to date and probably hurt a couple of nice guys that I wasn't quite ready for. But I think if I hadn't given them a shot and at least tried, I wouldn't have been open to meeting Ned. So I feel like you're on your way. And on that, Maggie Kelly, I have some notes.
Should I sip my milk while I wait?
Yeah, I also want some of my milk because my throat is...
Stay tuned to see what happens when I drink 1 liter of cow's milk.
I'm going to have to get you some Depend adult nappies.
I can feel my stomach grumbling.
Talk about ASMR.
Is there a bathroom around here?
Well, Maggie Kelly. You've finally come to Jesus about Milkman. And honestly, praise be. Praise be. I was starting to worry that I'd have to stage an intervention complete with a PowerPoint titled, "He's Just Not That Great." Because in purely clinical terms, Milkman was a douche.
Tully, no.
Full fat. This is it. Full fat, no flavor, and emotionally lactose intolerant.
Oh, Tully, no.
Now, you seem calm.
Do I?
Witty and composed, but let's be honest, you've been running on oat flat whites, toddler leftovers, and pure survival mode. My professional recommendation is a child-free weekend, a solid cry to Phoebe Bridges, and a harmless flirtation with a man who owns linen shirts and emotional intelligence. The classic case of motherhood martyr syndrome.
Oh, that's good.
MMS. That tendency to juggle heartbreak, daycare, and client calls before 3 p.m, all while pretending that you're fine. But you're not just fine, you're functioning at an Olympic level of emotional multitasking. Please remember that me time doesn't count if you're folding washing in silence. That said, I've got to hand it to you. You've hit a new level of perspective. You've realized you don't need to decenter your daughter to feel centered yourself. That's growth. And I'm proud of you for that. What's crystal clear to me is that you've built an emotional callus thicker than a toddler's sippy cup lid. That is a tongue twister. Divorce, heartbreak, daycare drop-off, rinse and repeat. But instead of falling apart, you've rebranded. You're not gruesome but strong. You're glamorous and grounded. You've also mastered something most people never do, which is how to hold love gently. You're not making men the center of your world anymore. They're just a pleasant subplot, a fun little add-on.
A pleasant subplot. Hang on.
Pleasant
subplot. Guys, come at me. Like if that doesn't sound like a really fun time, I don't know what
Hey
does.
guys, looking on your Hinge, just looking for my new pleasant subplot. Inquire within.
Let's try it.
Do it.
Yeah.
You're protective of Minty. You're grounded in your truth. And honestly, that's not just good parenting. That's emotional architecture. Minty is going to grow up fine. Just fine. Probably start her own podcast in year 10.
Probably.
And look, it's great that you haven't sworn off men completely. Not that I thought you ever would, knowing you. You just love dating too much.
I love
you
them.
love a date.
I love them.
That's promising. But moving forward, all applicants must pass a basic screening. Emotional regulation, decent texting habits, age appropriate.
Oh, come on.
And absolutely no utility pants. To summarize, Maggie, you are emotionally intelligent, funny as hell, and scarily self-aware. You're not collecting heartbreaks, you're collecting data. You've graduated from Milkman 101 with honours. My final diagnosis is that he wasn't it, but you, my love, you absolutely are.
Oh my God, I'm it.
And now you're free to find someone better suited for your lactose intolerant guts.
Apply within. That was great. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers to that. So as always, a little bit of homework, and maybe this one is specific to the single mums out there who are dating. I see you, we're doing well. But one of the biggest challenges as a single mum is feeling like you have the permission to date. Mm-hmm. Everyone, including your ex probably, has an opinion as to whether it's appropriate. Appropriate. So your greatest hurdle is maintaining a commitment to yourself and what you want.
I love that. And if you've recently suffered a broken heart like Maggie, there is only one thing for it, and that is time. I know it's a cliche, but time really does heal all wounds. Our homework for you this week is to resist the urge to jump back on the apps and plug the hole of the leaky bucket.
Oh,
the hole of the bucket, not the other hole.
No.
Sit in the uncomfortable silence for long enough to let the pain leave and the wisdom enter, because that's where the gold is.
Yep, that's it. For once, our homework is very simple. Don't do
anything.
Do nothing. Do not download Hinge.
No, not yet anyway.
Hey, Tull, we made it through a whole segment without crying.
I got choked up a little bit in my therapy notes.
Cry laughing.
Yeah, no, you did really well. I was getting emotional over here, but
Pretty
you were
good
fine.
sign that I'm not heartbroken, that I can have a good cackle at this.
I mean, I was honestly really ready. I was really ready for a free-for-all heap on your ex.
Girl, your advice is going to be like beep, beep, and he's a beep. Anyway, I'm going to keep
I'm going to post my advice as a story because she can't. I'm in control of that. She can't stop me.
We need to keep some material for my memoir, which won't be called Eat, Pray, Love. It'll be called like Cook, Clean, Cry.
Wow. Anyway, our scoop of the week this week was actually when I had a rage blackout, one of my many rage blackouts.
This is terrible.
Reading about Sylvester Stallone's wife, Jennifer Flavin, who reckons that she has a theory on the rise of trans kids in Hollywood.
God, honestly. Yep. So Miss Jennifer reckons that she has gender theory totally sorted. This is what she said. She said, I mean, my daughters were tomboys, she shared. They preferred to wear pants than dresses, and they love sports. But I never said, you're a boy now. I just said, you love to play sports. You love to hang out with the boys. That's awesome.
During an appearance on the Katie Miller podcast, 57-year-old Flavin said, I just think Hollywood is, it's all about expression. So, however you want to express yourself. If you feel like a cat today, you're a cat. It's just so loosey-goosey.
Honestly.
She's basically saying, my daughters like pants and sports, but I didn't panic. Like it's some sort of like Nobel prize-winning worthy level of parenting.
So this one really grinds my gears because I think if you have not done enough research around gender theory and the difference between who you're sexually attracted to and how you identify as a gender, you don't get to have a platform and talk about it.
This isn't just about that one quote. It's about the way people with huge platforms talk about identity like it's a fad, like it's a trend, like it's a flash in the pan thing that we're, this again.
And this age group of people being like exposing kids to transgender, identity theory is what's causing them to be transgender is so wild to me.
So dangerous.
I heard about Ned Kelly holding people up with a gun. I didn't go and jump out next to some rocks and shoot people.
This is honestly, she's talking about people's lived experience. Like what she's describing isn't a gender crisis. It's just childhood, right? Kids experimenting with identity, clothes and hobbies. It's literally the job description of being a kid. That's what she's talking about.
Yes.
But for me, I just feel like it's so dangerous when people hop on these podcasts because these clips go viral and they create this kind of pylon where, people in their houses in certain areas in America hop on board and start making these huge sweeping statements that are so dangerous to the young trans community.
Or young parents that are themselves maybe wondering or had like a kind of predestined idea of what they want their child to be. And if you have a daughter that is a tomboy and likes to play sports and hang out with the boys, causing some kind of panic, like be careful.
Yeah.
And also villainizing a transgender experience.
It's honestly like she's saying, when I was a kid, we just stayed confused in silence and we liked it that way. Like, that's kind of like the subtext I'm reading from what, like.
Right. But I think she's 57. So she's almost 60. She grew up, and I try my hardest to have some kind of empathy or sympathy for their standpoint and go, why do you have this opinion? And I think women of that age grew up with so many rules and expectations that they were way too afraid to break. They don't know what it is like to live in a very free, safe, supported
And
existence.
the unknown scares them.
It scares them.
The unknown scares them because they don't understand it.
They don't understand it, and probably deep down are wildly jealous of that. And this woman, no shame in the game of plastic surgery, but she has had everything under the sun done to her face. And it's like, who are you to sit there and question somebody's identity or grappling, with the outer shell of their existence when you're so deeply intent on changing yours?
Yeah, that's a great point. I think the self-help moment here is like, maybe it's okay to not understand something but still lead with curiosity and compassion.
Right.
Like, just because you don't get it
doesn't mean you
you
understand
can't lead with compassion, with empathy, with understanding, with acceptance, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
In 2025, we can hold two truths. Kids can love pants and still grow up knowing exactly who they are. And celebrities don't need to weigh in on everything.
No, Miss Jennifer Flavin.
If that is your real name. If that is your real face. No, can't do that.
Take a seat. Take a seat, love. Not up for it. All right, Charles, segment 3 is a fun one. And I think that you might have started the term dum-dum.
Yeah, I use dum-dum a lot.
You've used dum-dum a lot. I use the word dum-dum. I have noticed at my place of work, people are now saying dum-dum. And I'm like, did you know that that's a Tully
I mean, I don't think I've like coined it or like trademarked it, but I've definitely, it's just a nice way to call someone like a bit of an idiot.
If you say the word twice, it softens
cute.
it.
Yeah, dum-dum.
Dum-dum.
A little dum-dum.
Well, I've made a whole game out of it. I love it. And so today we're playing Guess the Dum-Dum, the game where we celebrate the greatest thinkers saying the dumbest things.
I cannot wait. And I just hope that I'm not in any of these questions. But go on. Are we going question for question or are you just questioning me?
So it's 5 rounds, 5 real quotes, and 5 people that should probably have stayed quiet. So I'm going to give you the quote.
Okay.
I'm going to give
you're reading them all. Okay.
So I'm going to read you a quote and I'm going to give you 3 options of who you think it is. And you got to guess it. Okay. And these are wild.
I'm pretty good at pop culture, but I don't know where you're going to go with this.
Okay. First quote. I've never really wanted to go to Japan simply because I don't like eating fish. And I know it's very popular out there in Africa.
We've changed continents in the same question. Okay. What are my options?
1, Britney Spears.
Could very well be Britney Spears.
2, Paris Hilton. Or 3, tuna, fish of... No,
Jessica Simpson.
Jessica Simpson. What
Tuna is the chicken. Tuna is the chicken of the sea.
That's it.
Yeah.
She's not wrong.
Look, Britney, love her. Bit of a ditzy dum-dum back in the day. I'm going to say Britney.
No, this one was actually Paris Hilton.
I mean, Paris was sent to get decent schools. Some of them apparently were abusive, but she had a good education.
Still had an education. I like the fact that the country changed halfway through.
Yeah, love that.
All right, this is a good one. This is something I could see myself saying. I love England, especially the food.
I love the accent.
There's nothing more I like than a lovely bit of mince.
Mince. That's all that we can... Okay.
It's nothing more that I like than a lovely bit of mince. Who said this? Was it A, Naomi Campbell, B, Victoria Beckham, or C, Gwyneth Paltrow?
Oh,
bit of mince.
I'm going to say Posh Spice. Just because you're a little bit like your ditzy accent kind of gave me...
Damn it. My acting skills have given me away
I
again.
can imagine her only eating like a little bit of mince. Like this much mince.
It makes me feel a bit sick thinking about a little bit of mince. I'm not sure why. It just doesn't sound like it's
England
seasoned.
has amazing food. To just talk about the mince. Anyway,
Right.
okay, keep going.
We digress. Okay, question 3. I believe if you put the federal government in charge of the Sahara Desert, in 5 years, there'd be a shortage of sand.
I mean, that's idiotic.
A, Donald Trump, B, Ronald Reagan, or C, George W.
Trump.
No, this was actually Ronald Reagan. So
Oh.
America's had dumb presidents for many generations.
Gosh, they never stood
We're
a
really
chance.
isolating a very specific audience for today's episode.
Sorry, I think they're like 2%. of
You
our
man-hating
listenership.
lefties. All right, question 4. No one is perfect. That's why pencils have erasers. Who said it? A, Taylor Swift, B, Kanye West, or C, Mahatma Gandhi?
As much as I love her, that does sound a little bit like a Taylor Swift Dear Diary entry. It's Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift.
Is it a song lyric or just a quote she said?
I think
You don't
that was.
know?
I think this is just a quote.
Can I just point out once again, you have managed to bring Taylor Swift into this episode. You have a problem.
It's me. I'm the problem. It's.
She's singing Taylor Swift. It's me. Hi. I'm the problem. It's me. Oh, wow.
Maybe it's just been a whole lie this whole time. Okay, final one. This is a really good one. Smoking kills. And if you're
No shit.
killed, you've lost a very important part of your life.
Yeah, your life.
Your life.
Yeah, you already said that part. It's killed you. You're dead.
Okay, our options were A, Brooke Shields, B, Kim Kardashian, or C, the husband of the idiot lady we were talking about before, Sylvester Stallone. Who was it?
So C is the wife of
Oh, no,
Sylvester-
sorry. C is just Sylvester Stallone, the original idiot.
Kim's actually quite smart. It could be a Kylie Jenner, but not a Kim Kardashian. I'm going to say Sylvester Stallone.
No, it was Brooke Shields.
Oh.
Groundbreaking, really.
Was
If
this
you're
when she was
killed-
like a child model and probably shouldn't be allowed to work?
Do you know what? It says a lot about you as a person that you're like, maybe they didn't mean it that way. Maybe they were just a child. Maybe it was just a song lyric. You're a very kind person, but no, these are just people being dum-dums.
People being dum-dums. Dumb ways to quote. So many dumb ways
Can I
to
tell you
quote.
a secret?
It's not a secret. We're
So-
being recorded and alias here, but go on.
So you have a thing where occasionally you'll say a saying just a little bit wrong. Do you know this about yourself?
Oh, yeah, no, it's a full-on thing. I say them all wrong.
I have had a running list in my phone
So does my ex-girlfriend.
for years. My favorite.
I do it all the
They're
time.
so good.
What did I
and
just
one
do
day
then?
I will give you this list.
What did I just do then?
No, you did. I don't think you did anything just then. Maybe I was
there's
just
so
thinking,
many.
Oh, they're so good.
I say
I rubbed
constellation
Paul
prize.
to pay Peter.
Constellation prize? I say, a bit in the walls today.
They're what?
I always
In the
thought the
walls?
saying was I was bashing into walls,
Oh.
not in the walls.
I
say I've been a bit in the walls.
Don't. I mean, they're very cute, but I think that could maybe be a segment for next week.
Oh,
It's going-
absolutely.
Tully, guess the saying. Very good. All right, babes, we would love to keep chatting, but sadly our time is up for today. Will that be cash or card?
Lucky for you, self-help is all about free advice from two women who've spent a lot of money on theirs.
Each week, we'll be inviting you to pull up a chair and let us spill the tea on what we've learned, not just from therapy, but from every man that's ever dumped me.
The wins, the mess, and the surprisingly sound advice we've gotten from celebrities on the internet. We're here for each other and hopefully for you too.
If you like what you've heard, hit subscribe, leave us a glowing review, and follow us on Instagram @selfhelpedpod. Validation is our love language.
We'll be back in your ears every Thursday, wherever you listen to your podcasts.
Thank you for tuning into Self-Helped.
We'll see you at your next appointment. Please don't be late. We'd like to acknowledge the Wurundjeri people, the traditional owners of the land on which we've recorded today's episode, and pay our respects to elders past, present, and emerging.
Always was, always will be.